So if you have not heard by now, PlayStation has silently raised the price of PlayStation Plus once again. And if you've been paying attention to gaming news over the last couple of years, this probably doesn't surprise you at all. Games are getting more expensive, consoles are getting more expensive, and now subscriptions are continuing to get more expensive too. Recently, Sony increased the price of PlayStation Plus Essential for new subscribers, but that's not the whole story. It turns out PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium also received price increases in several regions, despite Sony's original messaging mainly focusing on Essential. So this brings me to the question once again, is PlayStation Plus actually worth it in 2026? And more importantly, is it still one of the best subscriptions in gaming? Let's break this down a little bit. So for new subscribers, again in affected regions, which is a lot of people, PlayStation Plus prices have gone up across the board. Extra now jumps from $14.99 to $16.99 monthly, while Premium goes from roughly $17.99 to $19.99 monthly. 3-month plans have also increased. Sony says it's because we should all be able to say it now all together. Ongoing market conditions. Now, to be fair, annual subscriptions remain the best value if you're planning to stay subscribed all year. But a lot of people are looking at monthly costs, and when subscription starts creeping towards $20 a month, people just naturally start asking, well, what am I going to get for the amount of money that I am paying? Now let's start with the positive, because we all know like PlayStation Plus isn't a bad service. If you're subscribed to Extra, you're getting access to a catalog of hundreds of PS4 and PS5 games. That includes first-party PlayStation titles, third-party games, Ubisoft Plus classics, indie games, and plenty of stuff to keep you busy for months. If you're somebody who buys maybe 2 or 3 games a year, PlayStation Plus Extra can honestly save you money. Nowadays, you can spend $70 on a single game, or spend roughly $100 for a year of Extra and have access to hundreds. And on paper, that's a pretty solid deal. Premium adds classic PlayStation games, game trials, and cloud streaming in supported regions. Whether Premium is worth the extra money really depends on how much you care about retro games. Personally, when Premium was first announced, I was all over it, because I am a retro lover. But after my hype died down, I did scale back to Extra, because I do feel like it is a bit of a happy medium. Premium has some nice features, but I don't know many people actually using cloud streaming every week, or diving into like PS1 games regularly. And for most gamers, Extra is really all they need. So the problem isn't just PlayStation Plus. The issue is that everything is getting more expensive at the same time. Sony recently increased PS5 pricing in multiple markets as well. AAA games are moving towards an $80 price tag. Collector's editions are getting ridiculous. Controllers cost more. Storage costs more, and now the subscription is starting to climb. Individually, these increases don't mean too much, but together it unfortunately adds up really fast. So now I kind of wanted to compare PlayStation to the other giant in the room, and that's Xbox. And whether you like it or not, Game Pass is still the benchmark when people talk about gaming subscriptions. The biggest advantage that Game Pass has is its day one releases. When Microsoft launches a first-party game, it's usually available immediately through Game Pass. That means subscribers don't have to spend $70 or $80 on release day, and that's massive value proposition. PlayStation Plus still doesn't consistently offer brand new PlayStation exclusives on day one, and Sony's strategy just has been different. They'd rather sell you the game first and add it later. I mean, it makes sense, they want their coins. And it's also worth mentioning the price. So when you compare the top tier offerings, you're essentially paying a similar monthly fee. The difference is really what you're getting for your money. And from a consumer's perspective, Game Pass still feels like the more aggressive value play. If you are somebody who wants access to newer releases immediately, Xbox Game Pass probably does have the edge. If you're somebody who wants a giant library of games, especially on the PlayStation, Extra still adds plenty of value. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, well, what about Nintendo? But to be honest, Nintendo is a completely different category. Nintendo Switch Online is significantly cheaper than PlayStation Plus. The downside is the service itself is much smaller. You don't get a massive catalog of modern AAA games. You're mainly paying for online access in classic Nintendo libraries. A lot of gamers are looking at Nintendo's subscription and saying, well, why am I paying 3 times more elsewhere? The value proposition is different here, but the price difference is becoming harder to ignore. But I do feel like we're reaching a point where gamers are starting to experience subscription fatigue. Just think about everything that people are subscribed to now. Netflix, Disney, Spotify, YouTube Premium, Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, Nintendo Switch Online, cloud storage, memberships. People are wondering whether they're actually using them enough to justify the cost. And to be honest, that's a healthy question. Most of us has downloaded games from subscription services that we have never even launched. I feel like a lot of people like the idea of having access, but it's like, are we really getting our money's worth? That's the real question. So is PlayStation Plus actually worth it? For me, the answer is it depends on how you play. If you primarily play multiplayer games on PlayStation, you're almost forced into subscribing anyway. If you regularly try new games and take advantage of the catalog, extra can absolutely pay for itself. If you're only playing 1 or 2 games all year, maybe you might not be getting much value. And if you're paying for premium but barely touching the extra features, you should probably take a hard look at what you actually need. You really do have to do the math in your head. If you're playing more than 3 games a month, or even sometimes a year, and the games that you want to play is on PlayStation Plus, then it'd be worth it. But if you're only playing 1 game, you might as well just buy the game outright. I think PlayStation Plus is far from a bad service. The problem is that every price increase raises the bar for what customers expect in return. And the part that bothers me isn't PlayStation specifically, it's the direction that gaming seems to be headed. Gaming used to be one of the most affordable forms of entertainment. You bought a console, you bought a game, and you're good. Now it feels like every part of the hobby feels like it has another fee attached. And a lot of companies are saying you don't even own the games after buying it, especially digital games, but that is another conversation. Seeing the cost continue to rise isn't great. That's why lately I've been spending more time looking into cheaper options, and a lot of them are way better than some people give them credit for. So let me know in the comments, do you think PlayStation Plus is worth it, or are gaming subscriptions just getting way too out of hand? And if you'd like to see a video of me talking about some cheaper alternatives for gamers in 2026, definitely let me know in the comments. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Pause for now, play forever. AK out.